What if the Clock Titan from the Zombieverse fought against the strongest titans out there in the Skibidi fandom? What if he fought the Sinister? How about the battle armor speaker or the camera? Would he be able to defeat the Tri-Titan? What about the Clock Titan? Keep in mind that we'll be judging based on shown feats and mastery as usual. And truth be told, this Clock Titan is really no joke, as his time abilities speak for themselves. You better get ready, because it's going to be a crazy ride. Let's spin the wheel and finally get to pick our matchups. The wheel begins, and things are already looking good as we've got the Counter Titan. Now we're going to be looking at the facts here. The Counter is by far among the top 5 strongest in his verse due to his crazy stats, insane fighting style, immense durability, and flexibility. With all these, he violated both the upgraded TV and camera titans so bad, the Time God himself had to step in. But from that point, it was basically more and more impressive feats. The Counter is one character this Clock Titan should be cautious about, because when you look at it, one wrong move here, and he could be fighting his exact copy. The monster up Clock Titan would obviously have a hard time, even though from his first appearance, he showed off some promising moves, like reversing the zombie TV and making efforts to uninfect him. But his best chance of winning this fight is to trap the Counter in time from the very start. But the Counter Titan has one trick up his sleeve, which is the fact he already faced a much stronger Clock Titan, and he basically copied an ability or two. From where I'm standing, this battle could go either way, but I'll have to give it to the monster up Clock Titan, because the original always slams. Moving on to something more one-sided, because the wheel just had to cook. We've got the Toilet Emperor himself, and this guy is insanely strong. I mean, it took multiple titans like G-Man or the Plague Toilet, still with a lot of plot armor, to actually take him down, so you should know he's an actual beast. He's got destructive lasers capable of leveling cities within seconds, and that alone should pose a problem to our Clock Titan. But that's not all, as the Toilet Emperor has a lot to bring to the table, like his immense size, an insane amount of durability, physical strength, which is straight up crazy, and some pretty cool weapons that pack a huge punch. Yeah, it is a fact that this time beast would face some difficulties, but I think he's up for the task, because let's be real, you can't really throw hands with this guy and hope to win due to his foresight ability. Good luck to those heavy hitters, and with the time grenades, he could continuously stop the Emperor for as long as he wants. But you see, there's a problem, as the Clock Titan's attack potency won't really do much from that point, unless you want to consider whatever stuff that was. Either way, this fight would be really long and intense, but I think I'm gonna go with you guys' opinion on this one, giving the win to the monster up Clock Titan. Spinning the wheel again, and the battle armor speaker decides to finally step in. So, you know things are gonna get good, as not only is he the strongest speaker in the fandom so far, but this guy is the embodiment of strength mixed with a ton of drip. He was able to violate Jimmy in the most badass way possible, and even fought against countless mutants, leaving them unrecognizable. He's got battle armor, and obviously, it comes with its pretty broken perks, like immense durability, more AP, and some unique weapons like the double-edged scythe and blasters, not to mention his overall sound waves and potential. Add that with the Stoic Bomb and unlimited flex works. If you did the math, this guy would be scaling up to City Plus level. However, this would be a walk in the park for our Time Beast here, cause not gonna lie, everything I mentioned earlier is totally dependent on physical traits and attacks, but the Clock, on the other hand, is the opposite and doesn't rely on those kinds of stuff. Instead, he counters them, like his self-reversal, which pretty much cancels out any visible damage. You get the point, right? Sadly, the Speaker Titan stands no chance here. Let's spin the wheel again, and now things get really dark because we've got Jimmy from the Multiverse, and that's a big problem for this Clock Titan. Even the original would face some difficulties. I don't think I need to explain how big of a power difference this would be, as Jimmy's feats literally speak for themselves. He destroyed the majority of our Titans in a matter of seconds, and even entire bases weren't safe. To make things worse, the real G-Man is just in there chilling, yet causing devastating attacks, and there's no way this guy could keep up with that. If destroying 4 of the most OP multiverse titans instantly isn't enough, I don't know what else is. The Clock Titan is down to his first loss. Moving on to the next matchup, and we've got the OG TV. Let's be real, this is just gonna be another bully, as I don't really see any advantage here for our daddy. Even though he's been shown to destroy the Scientist and multiple Jimmy clones, this wouldn't be that kind of fight. The OG TV still has countless wins under his belt, and his hits are critical due to that massive sword. The TV Titan's durability and stamina are really crazy, but that's not all. His rays are one of the most dangerous and intense ones out there. The energy of this guy is literally off the charts, as it made the speaker go all out. The TV Titan is a master at melee combat and would most likely body anyone if it came to throwing hands. However, that wouldn't do much against a Clock Titan with the ability of foresight, so hand-to-hand combat would be off the table, making the matchup mostly ability-based, and when it comes to that, the Clocks always dominates, so it's pretty unfair. The Clock Titan takes an easy win here. Spinning that wheel again, and this time, the beast gets to face an old enemy, the Siren Titan. Yeah, he might have gotten his ass kicked in his base version, but this time would be different, as he's become a lot better in energy reserves and overall abilities. The Siren better get ready for round 2, cause this Clock Titan is already locked in. However, when we look deeply into it, the Siren Titan's strength is also crazy, with the ability to steal his opponent's abilities for a short period, rendering his enemies powerless. And that's pretty broken if you ask me. This battle would definitely be a close one, kinda like the counter, but let's see what happens when we compare the stats of both sides. So, when it comes to physical strength, let's just give this to the Siren Titan, as the Clock doesn't have much to show in that aspect. For speed, I think the Clocks are overall faster, no question there. Durability, however, still goes to the Clock Titan, as this guy could literally resurrect himself. Damn, I'm starting to have second thoughts on this one, so I'll just leave this one up to you guys. Tell me what you think down there in the comments. Is the Siren Titan getting clapped, or the opposite? Let's spin again, and we now get a crazy matchup. The Clock Titan's ultimate battle against the original. Yeah, it's quite crazy, alright. I mean, the Monster Up Clock Titan's abilities are more focused on a specific area, making his mastery and usage more efficient. We saw him use this when he froze the Trio Titans in time, together with Jimmy, or that other time when he tried to uninfect the zombie TV. But he's got one big problem when facing the original, which is the fact that he's a lot dependent on his time equipment instead of raw abilities. And that loophole is enough for the real-time god to put an end to him instantly. I mean, seriously, this was never even a debate to begin with, as the Multiverse clock ends this fight before it even starts. However, let's up our game a little bit and see how things would play out against the Gravity King himself. For this fight, this Clock Titan would need every single strength he can get, as the Tri-Titan is on a whole different level, from the Saw battle axe to his time grenade, which could instantly freeze any opponent. Damn bro would have to unleash his foresight to even keep up. He's also got the left-hand extension, which allows him to grab enemies from afar and basically keep his distance. However, all these wouldn't matter against the Gravity King, as he doesn't really rely much on his abilities. Just his brute strength, speed, and immense size alone would be enough to put this clock right in his place. So, for our last and final matchup, we've got the Sinister. Now that's definitely a one-sided one. As we know, the Sinister is a time monster, and is not to be joked with due to his heightened time abilities that even surpass that of the Time God himself. So, this battle would most likely go exactly as you think. The Monster Up Clock Titan could try every single technique in the book, and even resort to throwing hands like crazy, but that wouldn't even come close. His opponent has foresight, a time sword, access to gravity manipulation, insane physical strength, and speed. And that's only the tip of the iceberg. The Sinister easily slams, as this matchup is not even close. I guess there's only so much a mere Clock Titan could do. However, check out this video to see 5 characters in the Skibidi fandom that would totally defeat the Sinister.